Hello everybody and welcome to episode 19 of the Wheelhouse Knits podcast. My name is Heather Johnston. I am coming to you from the east coast of Canada. I live here with my son Sawyer and my husband Adam, and it has been 2 months since my last yarny confession. We had summer, it was pretty busy here, and to be honest, I had a lot of time when I wasn't feeling my best self. I had a lot of concussion symptoms. So those are more settled now, and I'm thankful for that because my Botox is back working and I'm feeling a little bit better. So I thought I would catch up. I will say I do have a new camera set up today. I am trying it out. So if you notice anything that needs improving or there's a problem with anything, bear with me. Please be kind because it's new and I'm just trying it out. You can find me on Instagram and Ravelry. I am Wheelhouse Knits. I'm usually most active on Instagram, but I figured it was time to come catch up. I have a lot to show you. Sawyer is upstairs. I've been hoarding his tablet time all day so that I could use it to hopefully sit down uninterrupted and catch up, but he might make a guest appearance if something goes wrong. Anyways, I am going to get started with my whips. I have quite a few. When I wrote down my whips for this episode, I started to feel a little overwhelmed because I have a lot of socks on the needles right now. And socks generally don't count, but I have a lot on the needles. And I gotta get through them. Because I have so many more that I want to knit. That's the problem. Because we've moved on from summer to fall, and now I don't want to knit the summer yarn. I want to knit the fall yarn. So, anyways, if only there were more hours in a day and I didn't have to work. But alas, here are my whips. My first whip is in my Studio Brita bag. This project bag is one of my favorites. I have a couple of her bags. They're so adorable and I love them so much. This was my birthday cast on. My birthday was this week and I didn't have a vanilla sock on the needles that was speaking to me. So I decided to cast on something new. And I chose this. So this is Full Moon Fibres. Extra sprinkles, which I thought was very birthday appropriate, and Mint Night, like M-I-N-T, Night. So these were individual skeins that I paired together, and I love it. If you know me, these are my favorite colors. I love mints, I love speckles. So good. So I cast this on Wednesday. It is Saturday. And I've just been working on it here and there. I needed a little joy in my life. So this is the full skein. And this is the Mint Night. So yes, that's my first sock. I am loving it. And like, this is so squishy. I love the gauge I'm getting, so I really want to work on that, but I have a couple other things that I need to be working on more pressingly. One of those being a test knit for Nancy, knitsiphappy. This is in this project bag that I got at Gagetown Fiber Festival last year. This is a recycled pillowcase that was turned into a project bag, and it's embroidery, which is very on trend with this test knit, because this test knit is called the Stitchery Sampler Socks. And it's going to be a collaboration with Deborah from Yarn Indulgences and Nancy that's releasing for PEI Fiber Festival, which is next weekend. So this sock I'm testing, and it is really a make your own adventure sock. Nancy has given us the pattern and 10 charts, and you can pick and choose whatever design you would like. And then you do stockinette rows in between. So this is my sock. This is my first sock. It's the Stitchery sampler sock. So I just looked at the charts and I looked at Nancy's sample photo and I went, oh, I like that one. I'll do that one next, or I'll do this one next. I have no rhyme or reason. I really just picked what struck me at the time. And I do have all of my notes on Ravelry, or I will when the pattern is out, about what order I did this in. This one here, that is one of my favorites. I also really like this one. And I like them all, but I like this one on the toe as well. It's really cute. So my two yarns that I chose, the cream base with, I don't know if you can see, there's some speckles in it. That is Merry and Bright. There's some more of the speckles. Merry and Bright by the Creative Knitter. It was the full skein that came with the Advent a few years ago that I got from her. That's been lingering in my stash, waiting to be something. And then this green is from a Party of Five. What is it? Not Sweet Georgia. Is it Sweet Georgia Party of Five? And it is, let me look. Pistachio. So yes, this is my first sock. I'm doing my second sock exactly the same. I know that a lot of people have done their second socks different, or they've done just plain stripes on the foot. You really can pick and choose whatever you want for this sock. And you carry the yarn up the side. So I carried mine all this way. It's barely perceptible, and I haven't blocked these yet. So really, really love this. I am on the heel flap and gusset of the second one. So that needs to get done soon because they're being released next week. So I am a little late on that one. Oops. So that's my second sock. My third sock is a lingering sock whip. So this one is one that I cast on in the summer for summer sock camp. This is an old project bag from last year, I think, yeah, 2023, that I used again. Summer sock camp was the Crazy Sock Lady. This is a half-finished object, and it's kind of lingering now, unfortunately. Through no fault of the yarn, it's just I've changed into autumn mode. This is why I should knit my socks tandem, because there's no second sock syndrome, and I just knit them a little bit at a time, and then when they're finished you have a pair of socks. This is the Discrete Unicorn, and it is Moonbeam. So the theme of summer sock camp this year was like neons, 90s, 80s, so it has this hot pink speckle and the bright yellow. I hope it's not getting blown out too bad. So I went with this, and I really love it. It's just, I'm into fall mode now. So I think I might throw this in my lunch bag and work on it, like if I have an extra 10 minutes in the mornings, if I get to work early or here or there, just to get it done. It's nothing against the yarn. I've moved on to fall yarns, which you are about to see. My last kind of, this is another half-finished object. I told you I had a lot of socks on the needles. This sock I am loving. I haven't worked on it in the last week because I have my test knit on the go, and I started another pattern sock. So I really, really like this one. It is a pattern by Dana Rae Makes, who is an incredible sock designer. I knit a lot of her sock patterns. Hers and Nancy's are probably the ones that I knit the most. And this is, it's for self-striping. I mean, you can use it for anything, but it's for self-striping sock yarn. And I love self-striping sock yarn. And this is a pattern for self-striping. And it is called A Twist on Stripy Socks. So before I show you the pattern, this is the sock yarn I'm using. It is Desert Vista Dyeworks. Zombody is a Good Witch. It's from the Zombie collection. So Zombody is a good witch, and this mini was just a random one that I found in my stash, and I thought it went really well. So this is the plain side, and there is a pattern panel that runs on the outside of the sock. So it's a twist on stripy socks, and here is the twist. So it's this nice twisted pattern that runs the length of the sock, and it is so good. And there's a twisted rib cuff, and I just love this so much. So I'm done the first sock. I have the second sock cast on. I have the cuff done, but I just need to finish up a couple other socks. And this is in my lovely Taylor Swift project bag. I think I already showed it, but I'm a Swiftie. I can't help it. Sorry, not sorry. So that is gonna get finished. That's not gonna linger because I love that pattern. I love that yarn. My next one is in my Gilmore Girls bag. So fall, Gilmore Girls, I had to start a rewatch. I had the first week of school off. I took Sawyer to his first week of school. I booked it off last year and this year. He's in kindergarten, and I just really liked it. I liked being able to help get him in his new routine, get him on the bus, pick him up if he, like, the days are longer when you're first getting in a routine. They're tired, new class. So I liked being able to be there for him. And I had 4 days off myself where he was in school. I got a couple hours each day to myself after I finished like physio, and I had a massage and I had rehab one day, but I got some time to myself. And all summer, if we were home, we kept Sawyer home. So it was the first time in a couple of months that I've actually had any daytime alone time. So Gilmore Girls bag, all of the Places of Stars Hollow, and some fall yarn to go with it. So the yarns that I'm using, this is the yarns of Richard Devrie's. See if it will focus. It's like a very much a fall color. And I'm using this random orange as a contrast. It really is that bright. I just found this in my stash. No idea what it is. So I am knitting these tandem because these come in 50-gram skeins, and this works so much better for me, but I hate splitting the balls. So this appeals to me. This colorway is Portlalas. I'm not saying that properly. It's in my Ravelry. And the thing is, I grabbed this yarn. I assumed it had nylon in it. It doesn't. It does not have nylon. That's okay. I don't care. I don't wear my socks down that much. I have so many that I rotate through, and I'm sure it will be fine. This is the sock. I'm knitting them tandem. I have both going at the same time. This pattern is Heel Toe Do-Si Do by Kay Litton, Crazy Sock Lady. This is what the back looks like. And I am really in the same place on both socks, which is so lovely. I'm past the gusset decreases. So this is another pattern that I really, really like for self-striping yarn, or for like any of this like variegated yarn just to break up the pattern. So I was in a very fall mood. I cast these on for the first week of school. They're probably going to be a gift for my mom. Those are her colors, and I haven't knit her a pair of socks in a while. So I think those are going to be for her. And I'm actively working on those still. So she won't wear them down either. She won't know that they don't have nylon. It's fine. The heel yarn has nylon in it. So the tag did say that, but it didn't have a color name or anything. So it is what it is. Okay, my last whip is in my lovely Topsail canvas bag. I still have not taken the tag off. So this is the Heron. If you want to get your own Topsail canvas. Drop my sock blocker. I thought it was going to make a much louder noise. So this bag is the Heron. If you want to get your own, I highly recommend it. There are so many pockets. Like, I've got my knitting cables in there because I keep trying this on. And what this is my Tolsta tee. So I just tried this on. Like, I literally just took it back off the cables. So This is the Tolsta tee. It is by Rebecca Clow. I'm sure you've seen this by now. I am knitting this in Sandnes Garn line in the dark blue gray and ice blue colorway. So this is dark blue gray and this stripe is the ice blue. It's getting blown out a little bit, I think. So it's so hard to show. This is my sweater. So I just tried it on and I have maybe 3 more of these stripe sections to go before I can consider ribbing. So I cast on for a size 5. I am using US 6 and 7 needles, which is not what the pattern calls for. I did gauge swatch. This is the furthest I have gotten on a sweater since my concussion. I have not been able to wrap my head around sweater math, gauge math, modifications, anything like that. Like I get an instant headache and then it's just like, it doesn't make sense to me. I can't compute like I used to with that stuff. Like I have to talk through it more. So this sweater has been coming to fruition with a lot of help from a lot of my knitting friends. And I'm so grateful because I really miss sweater knitting, but it takes a lot to knit a sweater, and I was putting work in and then it was killing my head. So this is a simple pattern. It's very basic, and with a little help from them, I'm just at the point now where I'm just kind of chugging along and I just need to finish. So all the hard work is done. I had a lot of moral support through this. It is fitting me perfect. I'm so happy with it. I like it close to my bust. I like it a little bit closer to my body with a little bit of A-line shaping. So that's what I'm working on. It is the first time I am doing A-line shaping on my own because the pattern doesn't call for it. But I'm following Nancy knitsiphappy. She had a video, which I'll link down below in the description, about how she does her sweater mods, and it has helped me so much. So I'm really, really grateful for that. I just tried it on, like I said, and the fit is perfect. So you can see here, I've done exactly what Nancy talks about in her video. I have split the sweater on the underarms with a stitch marker on either side. One is my beginning of round, and then this is the other side. So I have been increasing here for A-line shaping every so many rounds, and it works out to about every inch. So far I have done 6 of those, and I just tried it on, and I think I need maybe 1 or 2 more. So I'm gonna keep chugging along on this because I am determined to finish this. Like, it's fitting really good. I'm really happy with it, and I need a win. I am really upset that I haven't finished sweaters. It's kind of starting to get to me because I used to be such a sweater knitter, but it's not been the easiest journey for me since my concussion. So this needs to happen. I need a win, and we're on track, and so I need to dedicate some time to this week. This week, I would really love to finish this sweater and that sock. So we shall see. The problem is I have to work all week. It is a long weekend here in Canada. Monday is the 30th of October, which is the Day for Truth and Reconciliation. So Sawyer and I have plans to attend, there's an educational walk at one of our local parks where there's some Indigenous community leaders that their space. So our local park has provincial markers around the whole park for every province and territory, and at every one of those markers there's a different Indigenous leader that will be speaking about Truth and Reconciliation Day. And so we went last year, and it was a really, really great educational, emotional event, but so important. And so we've been age appropriately teaching Sawyer about that. And so I have Monday off, but we will be spending a big chunk of our time there. But I might sneak some extra knitting time in the afternoon if time permits. So I am excited to take him there because like I said, I think it's just so important that we do better and learn and teach our children about all of that terrible, terrible history. So yeah, that's our Monday. And if there's any knitting time after that, then that's great, but that's not the priority. So I think that is it for my whips. I do have quite a few finished objects. I have 4 pairs of socks, and I have 1 pair of mittens. So let's get into it. I'm just trying to think of what I should show first. Okay, first things first. New pattern alert. It's been out for a couple of weeks now. Nancy, this is a pattern that I test knit for her. It is called the Missing Mojo Socks. These are them. I don't want them to be getting blown out, but I think they might be. This color is Ravenswood fiber, and it is rusty nail. So it is like a nice rusty brown color. This is just a random gray that I had in my stash. I have no idea what it is. But this panel, I am dying at this. Like, I love this. This is my favorite here. And I just love the directional changes here. And then the foot has 3 different panels on it with a contrast stripe at the toe, which I love. I knit these for Adam, so I did the 72 stitch. He always loves when Nancy has like a pattern that he thinks he would wear. So these are for him. He is waiting. That's more, I think, a better color there. He was waiting for me to show these so that he could have them. So these are the Missing Mojo socks. Nancy did a wonderful donation for the first week for knitted knockers, which I'm sure you follow her, and if you follow her, you know she has knit several knitted knockers, so it is a charity that she has near and dear, and I'm so happy with that donation. The other test knit that I have done was by Manon from LaViolette Knits, and these are the Lift Me Up mittens, which I love, and these just released last week. Manon did a donation for mental health. There was like a counseling charity that she donated to, which I love that so much. Mental health is so important. I always tell my patients in clinic, mental health is your physical health, so like it's just as important, because I deal with kids and sometimes mental health isn't cool, so we try and talk about it openly in clinic so that they know it's part of your overall health and we got to talk about it. And if you need some help, we can help you. Direct you to the proper resources not related to your asthma. Anyways, I digress. These are the Lift Me Up mittens. I love them. They certainly did lift me up when I knit them. They have this lovely braid detail at the bottom here. I knit mine with fingering weight and mohair held double. You could also use DK weight yarn. This was Quince & Co. I gotta look. Quince & Co. Finch in the Belize colorway with the Berocco Aerial mohair in Lagoon. So I don't know if these are going to be a gift. I don't know if these are going to be for me. I think they might be like for my mom or a teacher gift. I think these would make a really great teacher gift. Last year I knit Manon's other mittens for Sawyer's kindergarten teacher, so I think these might be for his grade 1 teacher. However, I have plans for a second pair because look at what I have. Quince & Co. Finch and Berocco Aerial that pair absolutely perfectly together. So, I mean, I can't even. This is 65% mohair, 35% silk, and this is 100% wool. So, very, 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 very nice. I love purple. Purple is one of my favorite colors. Mint is one of my favorite colors. This is color 3454, and this is Lupine. So I thought that was perfect. So that is in my future as well. The other finished objects that I have are all socks. Surprise, surprise. I finished 2 pairs for summer sock camp this year. Pair number 1 is Area 51 with a random mini. The yellow and the blue are random minis that I found in my stash. Actually, this was a full skein of, I think, Sweet Georgia. I can't remember. This was a full skein of Tosh Sock Glacier, maybe my notes say, that I have been using for heels, toes, and cuffs. I can't remember. I think it's in my project notes. But this is Area 51 Fibres. My favorite color is rainbow, and these to me scream summer sock camp theme this year. So these are my shorty socks. I feel like I have 35 rounds in the leg for this. This was the pair I was knitting when I was experimenting with the length I could make my shorties, and these actually match perfectly. Like, these are a perfect pair, which doesn't happen too often for me. I'm not usually somebody that cares too much about that, but this one just worked out. The second pair of socks that I knit for summer sock camp, you'll see a trend with the same blue. These are the Cookie socks by, no, they're not. No, they're not. These are the Monkey socks by Cookie A. These were really popular a couple of years ago. But everyone was knitting the no purl monkey socks. But in my head, I was thinking monkey socks, and I couldn't remember that it was no purl, which is where you knit the pearls instead of purling the pearls. And I like how the no purl version looks better. But when I started these, I couldn't remember that. So these are the actual monkey socks. So you can see the little pearl here. It's just a little smoother with the no purl. This colorway is Ginger Snap That in Joy, which was the exclusive colorway for Knit City Toronto this year that Nancy graciously grabbed me a skein of because I was not there and she was. So this pair is done. These are definitely for me because I mean, come on. I do have enough left over that I can knit a second pair of socks out of these colorways for sure. I don't know what they will be yet, but I have enough. Look at this in the bottom. How just the plain knits up. I love it. And then on my shorty journey, I also grabbed a skein of Laura's Not Quite Right colorway from Tiny Human Knits, which if you know Laura at all, Laura is a perfectionist, which we love. But that means she has some not quite right skeins that just are not up to her very, very critical standards sometimes. And she sells them as second skeins, which literally, in my opinion, they're amazing. So if you can ever catch any of Laura's yarn, but don't be scared off by a seconds because they're pristine. Like, I mean, obviously they're a second, so she's deemed that they're a slightly lesser standard than her normal, but I just find her standard is like, she's a perfectionist, which is amazing. But I've bought a lot of seconds and I've never encountered anything that I've been like, huh. So this screamed Gingerbread Man to me. So I knit this for the Christmas in July knit along by Dana Ray Makes over the summer. It's my third or fourth, maybe third year, I can't remember. I've been participating for several years. And so this was a 50 gram mini, and then this color is the Sweet Georgia Party of 5 in the lettuce wrap colorway. Yeah, lettuce wrap, which, I mean, sorry, I don't know why I keep dropping those. So good, so good. So that is all my knitting. Now, I have not been here for 2 months. And it's been my birthday, and it's been Gagetown Fiber Festival. So, I have some yarn to show. So if you are not interested in seeing what I have purchased or been gifted in the last 2 months, I absolutely understand. Some people do not want to see that. I thank you so much for tuning in. I'm hoping I'll be back regularly now. I think this camera setup will be a lot easier for me going forward. And I also have a few books to chat with you about. So if you're not interested in that, then thank you for tuning in and I will see you next time. But if you would like to see some yarn, giddy up, okay? And I just want to reiterate, this is a judgment-free zone, okay? This is our yarny safe space. And you know what? I don't do drugs, I don't drink, I am left unattended a lot while Adam is at work with access to adult money. I'm very lucky, but to be able to, you know, purchase some things, and I definitely recognize that. And I had a lot of gifts for my birthday from, well, I basically told Adam I'm hitting the Tiny Human update and I'm hitting it hard. So that's what I want for my birthday. So please just let's leave it at that. So anyways, and Amanda from Sweet Skein of Mine was not going to be at PEI Fiber Festival, and I haven't seen her in a while. So I definitely did some stash enhancement, just helping the local small business economy, doing my due diligence, okay? The first thing I have purchased is yarn from Amanda, and I've got it in this lovely bag, Sweet Skein of Mine bag, which is so soft. I'm bringing this to my next yarn purchasing event because it is smaller than the bag I currently use, and maybe that'll deter me. Oh, I hear Sawyer up there. I wonder if he's gonna come looking for me. We shall see. Anyways, this is what I've purchased from Amanda. Amanda just knocked it out of the park with her fall releases, okay? I saw her posting some spoilers on Instagram and like audibly gasped at a couple. And they had to come home with me. Like they had to. This is one of them. This is the Gagetown Creek colorway by Sweet Skein of Mine. This was the show colorway from the Gagetown Fiber Festival. I love it so much. It is moody, but with all of my favorite colors. It's just so good. So, you know, it had to. The other one that I was like, oh, I need that in my life. Like, we got there when they opened it and I beelined it. And I got the last one of these. So she was so popular. She was hopping. This is Ghouls Just Want to Have Fun. It is a sock set with this lovely pink yarn here and these 3 mini skeins. I love this so much. I love this. It's just so good. So that is that. And then I got Resting Witch Face, which is another sock set from Amanda with the 3 mini skeins. This was like these are Halloween themed one, Ghouls Just Want to Have Fun, and Resting Witch Face, but I thought this was so nice for fall. I don't have a lot of Halloween themed yarn, so I have like a little basket with all my holiday themed yarns, and I have a Halloween one and I have a Christmas one. My Halloween one is pretty sparse, so those last 2 are going in there. And then I got this. I already threw it in there. This one is Sticks and Stones. It is a sock set from Amanda as well. I thought this would be perfect for test knits for Nancy, because when you're doing a test knit, you want a yarn that is going to show off the stitches. And I find, like, Nancy doesn't do vanilla socks, right? Like, she might have a vanilla portion or like a rest row, but her socks have patterns. So you don't want a yarn that is going to overwhelm the pattern. So I thought that this was a yarn that Adam would wear, potentially, or it's really gender neutral. Well, all yarn is gender neutral, but you know what I mean. Adam, he's very comfortable with his masculinity. He's not going to wear this. It's just not his jam, but he would wear this. So I grabbed this. I thought this would be really nice for a test knit. So I put that in there with my sock sets. And then, as much as it seems like I just went crazy, I did try and be a little bit mindful because I got the Halloween themed yarns to enhance that stash because I don't have a lot of those. And then the other area where my stash is really lacking is DK and worsted weight yarns. I do not have a ton of those at all. So rather than just grabbing random skeins of fingering weight yarn, I grabbed 2 skeins of DK weight yarn, and these are MCN. This is Mermaid Tears, and this is Vintage Love Letter, which this is one of Amanda's like infamous colorways. It is so good. It is so good. And Mermaid Tears. I hope it's not too dark back there. I feel like I'm very rapidly losing my lighting because it is like 6 o'clock at night. We just came back from a birthday party, so I was like, okay, thanks, yeah, great, happy birthday, we gotta go. So that is my Amanda yarn. My Tiny Human yarn, I hit it hard, okay? I'm just saying. Remember, judgment-free zone. Oh, I can't help it. Laura's just so good. A lot of these are seconds skeins, so they do come at a discounted price, which is how I was able to purchase the quantity that I did, because they were, a lot of these are second skeins. Again, second skeins. This one, I had to get this because if you know Leanne Knit Sip Reads, she is making an incredible crocheted Jethro out of a 2 mini skein sets of Laura's. Laura custom dyed her yarn to match so that she could knit the sleeves, which I believe is this color here, and then she recreated it into sock sets. And I loved it. I had to get it. So this is 100 gram and 50 gram. And then I got the Nutcracker collection with the 20 gram mini. If you follow Laura, this is one of the colorways she's very, very, very popular for. So this is a factory seconds again. Then I don't have a bag from Laura, and she doesn't always make them. So when I saw one, I grabbed one, and mushrooms are like all the craze right now. So I grabbed this. And then I got a couple of bundles. This is across 2 updates that I have shopped. She's had an update a month the last 2 months, and I have shopped both of these updates. So the first one I got 100 gram, no, I got 50 gram, what did I get? I got 100 gram and 250 gram sock sets, and they're all factory seconds. So this is Jolly Holly. No, it's not. It's Jolly Holiday, this one. And then this one is Carols in the Snow, and this one is Baker's Twine. So all of these were my first order of factory seconds from Laura. And then her second update, I grabbed the 50 gram mystery kit seconds, which I love. I love a mystery. I love a surprise yarn. I like yarn surprises. I don't like real life surprises. So I grabbed 2 of them. This is the first one. I can't. This reminds me of Peppermint Mocha. I love this. This is, excuse me. This I'm pretty sure is Jolly Holiday. I love this. It's adorable. And then this one is my favorite one. Leanne is a total lime green girly. She got mystery second skeins too. A couple. Some of these are like trials or colorways that she didn't end up producing, or like it's called trials and second self-striping. So this, I don't know what this is. I don't know what these ones are. This one I feel like maybe is more Leanne's jam with the mint green, with the lime green These ones I'm definitely going to make for my mom. They're more earthy tones, which are for her, which is why I got these sock sets also, because I am on a journey to make my mom more socks. And I knew that this was like an economical way that I could get a larger quantity of yarn to make those socks for her, because I love self-striping sock yarn. So sometimes I love my mother, but sometimes I have a really hard time because self-striping is my soft spot. So then I knit it and I'm like, oh, I want this for myself, but I want to gift it to her. And how can I do this in an economical manner? So this has been great. Because there is a discount on the second skeins, which has been really, really great. So not all of those are for me. A lot of them are going to be gifts. But yeah, it's a lot. Okay, the bag is getting much floppier. Oh, this is not new, but this is also another top sale canvas bag. I love it. I got it at Florenceville Yarn Festival. And Sadie's gonna be in PEI. Sometimes we order yarn and then we order it as a group because shipping is crazy expensive in Canada. And oftentimes Leanne gets it. And then I don't see Leanne. And then when I see her, I forget that I've sprinkled in little stashes here or there that I actually haven't gotten my hands on. And then they all come. And then I go, oops. And this is one of those. Full Moon Fibres, Winter Mint, with extra pickles, which I bought purely for the name because I am a pickle girly, and juniper. So yes, I forgot that that was coming, but I love it. And then I was ordering Area 51 because we are huge football fans in this house. It is football season. It is fantasy football season. I'm looking across my room at my Green Bay Packers socks, which are drying over there right now. And Area 51 dyed a cheesehead colorway, which if you don't like football, this is a little bit obnoxious. Like, I recognize it's just green and yellow, but like if you like football and Green Bay Packers, it's just perfect. And then, like I said, I am on a Gilmore Girls rewatch. And this is a Gilmore colorway. It is called Disappointing Mothers since 1968, which is a reference. Lorelai said that. So, yes. And then I had a gift card for my local yarn store. And like, I don't often have great success there. So when I see something, I've had this gift card for forever. So when I see something, I grab it. I still have money left on my gift card. This is Twisted Willow, who was local to St. John but just moved. This is the, I think it's cashmere. Is there cashmere on this? 75% merino, 15% cashmere, and 10% silk. This is the Disco Ball colorway. It's like a gray purple with speckles. No idea what that's going to be. It's gorgeous, and it is not often, crinkle, it's not often that my local yarn store has indie dyed products. And then I knit my dad's socks last year, and he really loves them. He wears them all the time. I grabbed this ball of opal to make him more socks. I have 2 pairs now. One ball was gifted to me, and then I'm going to use this ball to knit him some socks. So those will be a gift from my dad. At the farmer's market this summer, I saw this little basket and I thought, that is adorable, and that is Rifle Paper Co. And it was like $15 because I don't know. I'm like, you should be selling this for more money. It's adorable. It's just like the cutest little basket. So it's just from a local maker. Oh, sorry, $23, like still. Eloise Bag Boutique. So I ordered this. I got this, and it's so cute. So that I just picked up at the market this summer, and inside is some nomadic yarns that I ordered. I love nomadic yarns. It is the first self-striping dyer that I ever purchased from. I have quite the collection and it is treasured to me because shipping, I started buying and I really like built my collection of her yarn when the dollar, the Canadian dollar, was much better. And shipping didn't seem to be what it was now. So I was able to like stash enhance at a time when it hurt a lot less. Now, this hurts a lot. I love her yarn and it's not Ashley's fault. Ashley's like, it's gorgeous, but shipping to Canada is as much as the yarn. And that is purely a Canada Post problem. Right? So it's no dyer's fault, but it's means that I'm ordering less and our dollar sucks. But I saw this colorway, which is confetti, and I had to have it. Like I had to have it. It is so good. There's a speckle stripe in there. So I got a 50 gram and then I got My Therapist Was Right About You, which is My Favorite Murder. I'm pretty sure it's My Favorite Murder reference. So that is that. And then the last thing that I have, I got myself some stitch markers for my birthday. I love A Needle Runs Through It. If you've been around, you know I have a ton of their stitch markers. They had a sale recently and they never have a sale. So, well, I shouldn't say that. What small indie stores do have sales? Like their products are worth what they're worth. So there was a sale and I felt very lucky about that. And I thought this is a time to purchase a new stitch marker set because there's a new book set. And because I was already purchasing for one, it made sense to purchase Christmas stitch markers as well. So these are just some Christmas stitch markers. I don't have a ton of those. And these are the, they're called the Book Lover one. So it's like, I have no shelf control, sorry I'm book-travert. Anyways, they're hard to show, but A Needle Runs Through It. They're my fave. And then they always include like just a little something for free, which is so lovely. Okay, that's it. I feel a little sick after actually going through all of that because I've just been like bringing it home and putting it in that bag. Because I was like, well, I haven't recorded an episode yet, so I'll just put it here. And then it kind of just accumulated, and then I went, oh no. I need to get a smaller bag for things to accumulate in because this one is massive. Anyways, let's talk books. I think it just got really dark in here and it is 6:40. Okay. Sawyer's bedtime is 7:30. He's upstairs watching his tablet. Like I said, I've been hoarding his tablet time. I haven't given him any all day today, but I don't want to push it too much. And I think I'm rapidly losing the light. So, rapid fire books. Mother-Daughter Murder Night by Nina Simon. This was a cute book. I think it might be a Reese Witherspoon book club book. It's like, there is a murder, but it's like, I would say it's like a light murder book. It's more like family bonds and things like that. It's cute. It was cute. It was a nice little audiobook. The Au Pair Affair by Tessa Bailey. I really like Tessa Bailey books. It Happened One Summer and Hook, Line, and Sinker I think are like two really cute summer smutty romance books. So I read this one. It was fine. It was fine. Pretty Girls by Karen Slaughter. I love Karen Slaughter books. They're thriller books, but definitely read the trigger warnings because they're graphic. They're thrillers. So there is some content warning there, but I really liked this book. I like all of her books. Done and Dusted by Lila Sage. This is like a bookstagram cowboy heartthrob book. I was underwhelmed. Like, I don't have high expectations for like spicy books. I don't know if it was just like maybe overhyped, so I thought it would be better, but it was eh. So it's fine. This Summer Will Be Different by Carly Fortune. I liked it. It was really good. I thought it dragged a tiny bit, but she's a Canadian author and it features PEI, so I will read it all the time. Fourth Wing and Iron Flame, I reread those. By that I mean I listened to them on my audiobooks, and I read them the first time, and I'm really glad I listened to them because I definitely had some pronunciations wrong, and I cannot wait for the next one to come out. Divine Rivals by Rebecca Ross. This book fell flat for me. It was a book club book last year that I never got around to reading. I finally read it. It fell flat, unfortunately. Like, I just felt like it dragged a little bit and was predictable. Like, I won't be reading the next one. Some people loved this book. I don't know. I feel like I've just become a really tough critic. Like, I think most of my books get like a 3-star rating because I'm not reading anything that's like wowing me. So maybe it's me. Maybe I'm the problem. Locked Door by Frida McFadden. Again, I really liked this one. Thriller, trigger warnings. Check them. It's really good. I really like Frida McFadden books. How to End a Love Story by Yulin. I'm terrible at pronouncing names. I'm gonna put a picture on the screen, as I do for all of them. I really liked this one. It is like a Romeo and Juliet modern day situation where they're like star-crossed lovers, and the story that comes out of that. At the end I was like, let's go. Like, you know what's gonna happen. And I was like, can we just like, but it was really good. I was listening to it, so that could have been part of the problem. Like, it just wasn't gripping me, and I wanted it to like move on a little bit quicker. But it was a good storyline. I really liked it. Lots of family dynamics in there, particularly Chinese family dynamics. So it's always nice to learn about different cultures. God of the Woods. I'm currently reading this one. It is like Bookstagram or Book Talk or whatever you want to call it popular. And I think people are divided. You either love this book or you do not like this book. The jury's still out. I'm at 39%. What I can tell you is I'm listening to it, and there are a hell of a lot of characters. There are a hell of a lot of viewpoints. So it'll be like Heather ... date. And then it'll jump to like 10 other people and then come back to Heather, and you're like, who's Heather again? Oh, right. So I just find like I'm doing that. There are so many narrators in this book. Like, it is a lot. Maybe it's just a lot for my brain. I'm liking it. I'm really liking it. I want to know what happens, but I'm like, I just find I'm constantly checking in. Maybe if I listen to it less on and off like I am doing it, because I'm listening in my car, I'm listening in the mornings or the evenings while I'm getting ready for work or getting suppers ready, things like that. Maybe if I was listening to it like more divided time, I would follow those characters a little bit more. But right now there's a lot of players to this story, but I'm liking it. I'll keep you posted. And then of course the next book, excuse me, I need a drink of water. The next book that I'm gonna read is the Pumpkin Spice Cafe by, I think it's by Laurie Gilmore, which is hilarious. Yeah, Laurie Gilmore, because Gilmore, and it's supposed to be like Gilmore Girls-ish vibes. I think it's gonna be like a cute fall book, which I could go for right now. So I like to have like a heavy book, a little bit of a palette cleanser light book. We'll see. One of the surgeons that I work with, she started following me on Goodreads, which I will link down below in the description if you would like to be friends on Goodreads, because I would love that. She started following me and she was like, Heather, you read some spicy books sometimes. And I was like, oh yeah, so sorry. I wanted you to maintain my professional appearance, but now you know the real me. So she reads like very educational or like very like mainstream books. I don't think she's ever read a spicy book, but I was like, listen, you don't know until you try it. It's a nice little palate cleanser. You don't have to think about it. It doesn't have to be like a smutty book. Just like a little love story with a little bit of spice in it. Don't knock it till you've tried it. It's fine. Anyways, my face got very red because she totally called me out on that at work. Anyways, it's all good. I own it. I own it for sure. So yeah, that is it. I am gonna go upstairs and see what my child's up to. Make sure he's not getting into any mischief. I am going to work on my sweater, work on my test knit, and hope to get this done. I will see you next time. PEI Fiber Festival is coming up next weekend, October 3rd, 4th-ish. If you are going, I hope you have the best time, and I hope I will be catching up with you very soon wearing my new Tolsta sweater. I am determined, and if not, I'm going to make Leanne knit the rest of it for me. I won't have to do that. I'm going to be done, but I got to break this 2-year slump. So it's going to happen. Anyways, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for subscribing and all of your kind comments. I always love reading them. This is just so much fun, and I love hanging out with like-minded knitters. I hope you guys have a great day, a good long weekend if you are in Canada, and I hope you learn something and do some remembering and education on Monday. And we do have a St. John Knit Night that is going on now. We are pretty much doing once a month. There is a group on Instagram that I can add you to if you are local and interested in joining us. We have quite a good group going on. It is so much fun. We would love to have anybody, even if you're just visiting. So if you are local and are not in that, let me know and I can add you and I can fill you in on the details of the next one. It's just going to be after Thanksgiving. So yeah, I hope everybody has a great day and I will see you next time. Bye.